Alrighty, folks. I'm back from our break. Thank you for your patience. Now, where were we? Celebration! Yes, of course. Thank you, Hank. Celebrate. 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 What a thing it is to do! Celebrate. And what's the one thing we can't celebrate without? Huh? Cake! Now that's one thing I miss. When I was a boy, my mother used to make cake. Her specialty was this chocolate spice rum cake she made for my father and brothers. She forbade me from eating it because I might get drunk. She knew if she placed it on the table, I'd eat it. So she placed the cake atop the highest shelf in the kitchen, far from my reach. That's how looking at the presidency felt. That far away. So as the time passed, I convinced myself I didn't want the cake. I had the House and the Senate and my service and my law and my family. I had eaten enough. But I was a politician. And politicians always have room for dessert. And just when I thought I was full, my party took the cake off the shelf and placed it right under my nose. A nomination. So I took my knife and I cut myself that 14th slice of presidential cake because his cake, the highest shelf, best tasting cake in the whole world, and my party and the people wanted me to eat it. I rode my way to the White House, fork in hand, ready to gorge. And I got there, and I stuck my fork in, and I took a bite, and it tasted funny. Not like I thought it would. It didn't taste like chocolate or spices or rum. It tasted wrong. And then I realized why my mother hid that cake from me. Because I was never fit to eat it in the first place. But there I was, with my slice. The whole country staring at me, waiting for me to eat. But it tasted horrible. So I ate just enough, the smallest little crumbs I could. I tried buying some of Canada and Cuba. Both failed. But even after those little bites, most of the slice was still there. You know, somehow I had to clear my plate, so I did. May of 1854, the Kansas-Nebraska Act. Something very important was on the line. A line. An imaginary line that split the states over a single issue. You see, because back then people were still, picking cotton, getting bought and sold and shipped and whipped, and it was all very brutal and also very complex. You see, states south of the line thought it was good for business, but states north of the line felt differently. Things were tense. But as long as the line existed, nothing was going to change. And then, This big chunk of land was found north of the line, and the North wanted it to be a free state, but the South was pissed. So, a plan was proposed. The land splits into 2 states, and the people of the states decide if they want to be free or not. If approved, the imaginary line would be no more, and everything would change. So, yay or nay? It was my choice to make. But I didn't want to decide. Did I think that the cotton picking was wrong? Yes. Did I think it should end? No. Oh, only because I was afraid of how people would think of me. So I thought that maybe if I let the people decide, they'd love me and remember me, so I signed it. I shoved the whole cake down my throat, all at once, and I choked. In Kansas, things got ugly. There were protests and standoffs and punches and gunshots and towns burning and people dying, and all I could do was watch. The tensions built, the world polarized, and the country beat itself into a bloody pulp with the hands of its own people, with the hands of... Oh my God. With that boy, the boy on his father's shoulders, he was young at my inauguration, but 8 years later, he would have been old enough to enlist. Deployed on the front lines with an oversized cap hanging over his eyes, ordered to shoot a weapon he can barely hold at whatever moves across the battlefield. So he does it again and again and again until his luck runs out. He gets bayoneted at Bull Run, or ambushed at Antietam, or crucified at Chancellorsville, or gutted at Gettysburg. And there are hundreds of thousands just like him. Gone into the void. And I sent them here. It's sobering. But I couldn't be sober to tell it. Everyone's still here. Nobody left. You really are a nice crowd, huh? So, I suppose while I still have your attention, might as well get the last of it out. The truth, that is. Hi, I'm Frank, and I'm an alcoholic. I mean, I am. I was. It killed me. That was a joke. I'm still trying to find the humor in it all. It's my vocation, remember? Trying to find that underlying truth we can all laugh at. Even if that relief, that truth, is me. You don't have to be dead to see that life is a funny thing. It's crude, it's complicated, and most of the time you never see it coming. I didn't plan to be born, or have daddy issues, or befriend famous novelists, or get a tan in Mexico, or marry the most pious woman in all of New Hampshire. I didn't plan to have my first boy die in infancy. I didn't plan to have my second boy die at 4 years old. And I didn't plan for the train on the eve of my inauguration. The train that skidded off the rails and killed my third boy right in front of me. Didn't even plan for the presidency. But here we are. No do-overs. It happened. I did what I did. And I'm finding my way through it. And heck, I've got the time. And this time, I'm going to try and do the job. Because this is the friendship. So, now what? Not so easy to end if there is no end. But there is for you. So, go. And thank you. If you need me, I'll be here. In the void. Good night.